This is such an interesting series because not only is it a terrific drama, great costuming, great cinematography, but your characters, are very interesting. The fact that they're openly gay in the 17th century.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, what did you say earlier? That it was at a time where they would have been lynched, hung, drawn, and quartered for being gay. So but
we were saved by the fact that he's the king's brother.
Again, we get away with anything. We're incredibly proud that we've been given two amazing characters independently of each other, but as a unit, as a couple, as a partnership, they have spoken to and the audience absolutely adore them, and we have been blessed that we've been able to portray them truthfully, really, I guess, because their love is the most truthful thing in the show. It's the most truest love of all.
And what's truly modern about it is that they treat it in the show as just a love relationship. It's not a gay relationship.
We never use the word gay or homosexual. It's just treated as, well, love is love, right?
That's right. Love is love, and it's just ups and downs between two men who happen to be completely head over heels in love with each other. It doesn't mean it's easy. It doesn't mean that it's peaceful. It's definitely anything but
peaceful. It's not peaceful. And in season 3, episode 1, Philippe comes back from war, Chevalier has a job, and they miss each other. It's about miscommunication, and they sort of, I guess, break up, and it's about whether, throughout the whole of the season, whether they will get back together or not.
What we're doing is we're discovering more about individual characters, that these layers are being peeled back. This series has done that with these two characters. You find out each season how deep they really are.
That's right. And what's really cool about working on a television show like this is that the writers are paying attention to what we, the actors, are doing in real time as well. And so they start writing for the relationship that they're seeing in front of them. And at the same time, we're mining from history. So it becomes something that's greater than the sum of its parts. And we get to dive deeper into the onion this season. Just tear away the layers and really get to the beating heart of who are these characters and what makes them tick, and how are they going to find love with each other? How are they going to make it work?
And what's amazing as well is by working with Evan is that we are incredibly close friends off camera. So it means that there's a lot of trust there with portraying these brilliant characters. And we said then the very first day that we met in that first rehearsal room that we were going to commit 100% to portraying these characters as real as we possibly could be. And the writers have backed us up in that and have committed and helped us to create these characters on screen.
And we just lucked out to have incredible chemistry as well. You don't get that every day, so the audience see that. And I think that's why a lot of the fans around the world have really invested. We have people writing us in every different language. The show's on in 191 countries now. So to have a love story that is resonating in this way and have people actually moved by it, that's why we do this job.
And it's incredibly rare, so we're incredibly fortunate to be in this position.
And excited to show it to you guys.
What's really interesting to me is how television has changed in the last even 10 years. I mean, with Ovation, with other great networks, you're allowed to do movie quality work and not really worry about the writing, not being censored, not being told to, take it back a few steps.
That's right. Although at some points in the world, we are still censored.
Yes,
in Russia, for example. Yeah, but as far as I'm concerned, I think that means that we're doing our job. That means you have to be pushing the envelope. And that's the kind of storytelling that we're used to now.
We were blessed to have an amazing showrunners, David Wollstonecroft and Simon Mirren, who basically created this. I know Versailles is real and Louis XIV and these characters are real, but they created the world that you see. And they put a lot of trust in their own writing and in the cast and who they cast. And yeah, we've been very lucky that, like you said, television has changed in the last 10 years. But you're right, it's uncensored. We are showing the warts and all version of Versailles, and we couldn't be prouder.
And since shows are getting bigger, we finally had the budget to be able to create a show of this scale, because you couldn't make a show like Versailles in the corner of a backlot somewhere. We shot on location in the palaces. We lived in Paris while we shot. It was the biggest production that France had ever made.
The set cost 30 million euros to make. The costumes were all handmade for us. The wigs were 5,000 euros a piece. It was, it was big budget, and you can tell on camera, actually.
Yeah, the opulence that you see, the whole aesthetic of Versailles is what couches the story, and that's, I think, what's made it so attractive to so many people around the world.
I'm glad you brought up the fact of the costumes, because you guys have obviously played other characters in your careers. I know that with Merlin and other things that you've done, Alex. how much does costumes inform your character?
All of it, not all. I mean, half of it.
All of it.
Half of it. But I mean, the wig changes the shape of your face.
Totally.
The heels make you walk in a particular way. The costume weighs a ton, even though it's as extravagant as it is. The lavalier ties around your neck. It takes about an hour and 45 from the minute you're in the chair for makeup or hair to the minute you're on set. So that's an hour and 45 of getting out of your shirt and jeans into 17th century world, and that helps character. That helps you get into character. And also, there is no CGI on the show. There is no green screen, like Evan said. We do film at the palace, so you can touch the walls. It's
Very
not
little
like
acting required.
Yeah, they basically in France they facilitated everything so that we were able to concentrate on the acting and on the script. You know, everything else was given to us. You know, the great costumes and the set and everything like that. So.
And there was something really spooky about shooting on the same locations where these real people that we're playing, dressed the same way as we were dressed, looking up on the wall and seeing the same characters looking down on us, feeling like I definitely felt like we had a responsibility to tell the story, the true story of what probably happened.
Because they're real life
doors.
people, right?
That's
and
right.
also there's amazing moments where, you know, George, who plays Louis XIV, he was standing on a bit of floorboard that hadn't been changed since Louis himself would have stood there, and it was just a magical moment. He's standing in the Gallery de Glace. He looks like Louis XIV. He's standing on the same floorboards. You know, you can't make that stuff up. That's pretty magical.
Just goosebumps.
Well, you know, as season 3, you know, comes to a close, what are you guys taking away from this series, the experience?
We spent 4 years doing this show, which is the same length as a university degree. So I feel like I'm a completely different person now than I was when I started. To be able to work with an international crew with such amazing international actors and work on a period show. Personally, I got to play a character who was so broad, they would never give me the chance to play a character like that in America. So to get to do some of the stuff that I learned in theater school, to play a period piece, it's a dream. It's just been an absolute dream.
We became a family, on screen and off, you know, and had the most amazing 4 years of our lives. And it's sad that it's over, but I think we're leaving the show in the best possible way. Season 3 is the best season that we've done.
Definitely.
Everything's sort of come together at the right time. The writing, the storyline, we've introduced new characters. We've also grown as people on screen and off screen, and I think you can tell that. And I think season 3 on Ovation will be the best that we know that Versailles has to offer.
I feel like we have a gift to share with America now, and we think people are going to love it.
Yeah, you're the last country to see it, so it's about time.
Will you be hopping behind the camera more and more, doing script writing and other things?
Well, I've just recently directed. That's my next avenue that I'm going in to do. I'm acting. I love, and it gives me an enormous amount of pleasure and adrenaline, I guess. But I think I've found my new groove in directing, and I think that's my new avenue. Evan, you're into writing music?
Yes, I've been writing music my whole life. So that's the project that I've been working on. Is I actually just dropped my first single yesterday with my new music project, which is called Bright World, and the single is called Tough Drug, and you can find it on Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, everything. And so yeah, it's a real label of love for me, and I think as artists we all just want to express ourselves in every avenue possible.
Absolutely.
And so Versailles has really given us a great platform, both for our creativity and also our activism. So to be able to talk about what's important and bring the communities together is a great opportunity.
Well, gentlemen, I wish I could have another 10 minutes to talk just about the activism that you guys do, all of the things you're into, but our time is short. Again, the series is Versailles. Catch the third and final season. Catch all the seasons. I guess we can binge watch those.
Binge them.
And catch up to it as well.
They've been running marathons of season 1 and 2 on Ovation, so you can catch that. And then season 3 comes out on Saturday.
That's right.
Gentlemen, it's a pleasure talking to you. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Same to you, Tony. Thank you very much.
Tony.
Bye now.